What's going on, everybody? Ooh, let me get my camera right. Y'all already know what time it is. The famous AD. Um, Message of the day, and this message pertains to social media about posts. That's like little quotes and little sayings on social media or videos and stuff like this as well. Y'all gotta understand and realize the posts don't relate to everything in life. Some relate to friends, some relates to relationships, some relates to family, some relates to spiritual religion, faith, and all of that. You can't use a post to apply to everything. You just can't do that. Don't burn the bridge. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Those posts are towards more of the friend side or the family side. Everybody can't sit at my table. That relates more to the friend side, the family side. When it comes to relationships, it's only a certain select few posts that can relate to a relationship. Communication, forgiveness, infidelity as in adultery or cheating. It's certain posts that relates to relationships. Every post cannot relate to a relationship. Every post can't relate to friends. Every post can't relate to family. It's separated. It's different. You gotta learn and you gotta realize and comprehend which post goes for what situation. I'm gonna use this post as an example because this is a post I seen earlier. Everybody can't eat at my table. Tupac said, just because I lost you as a friend, I didn't gain you as an enemy. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you eat, just not at my table. Those are strictly for your friends. Those are strictly for your friends. It can relate to family. That post can relate to family to a certain extent. Because at the end of the day, your family is your bloodline. Yeah, you can cut family off. Yeah, true indeed. But at the end of the day, you'll never know what you need from that family member. You never know if you need that family member. Not financially wise. You may need that family member just for emotional support, spiritual support. You gonna need that family member for something. Especially if it's like immediate family. Mother, daddy, brother, sister. Listen. I grew up in a household with brothers and a mama and a daddy. I can get mad at them all day. True indeed. But I know at some point in my life, I'm going to need them, whether it's financially, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally. I'm going to need them. I got it tatted on my chest for a reason. My family, my everything, man. Don't fault right there. We can go through the worst. And I know that loyalty still going to be 100% there. They're not going to sit there and leave me. They're not going to sit there and leave me. They're not going to sit there and leave me out on my ass. They're not going to sit there and leave me just done for life. If they see me putting in the effort to try to be a better me, try to make a better future for myself, in any way, shape, or form, they're going to be like, bruh, I got you. Come on. And most of the time, real family, they don't look at it as payback. I got you, you got me. Whenever you get it, just remember. And even if you do get it, and I tell you good, I did it to see you succeed, that's an even bigger blessing. An even bigger blessing, man. You can't sit there and say, I'm gonna go off the marriage standpoint at this point. It's not difficult at all. Our relationships these days are failing. Lack of communication within each other. Lack of trust within each other. Lack of support within each other. Communication. Bro, you can't put your friends and your family in your business at all times. And trust me, nobody is perfect. It's going to happen. Especially when y'all first married and when y'all first started in a relationship. You're going to put your family and your friends. You're going to want to get advice. You're going to want to talk. You're going to want somebody to vent to. It happens. It really does happen. And sometimes we have to realize the hard way that that's not the best option. But for some people, it actually works. So you can't say that it's never going to work. But for the most part, communication should be only kept between you and your significant other. Any mistake that has been made on anybody's behalf, don't let your friends and your family judge that outcome for you. Don't let your friends and your family influence you to do something that you really don't want to do. But because you so hurt, you so mad, you so angry, you rather listen to them instead of your significant other. And you sit there and make a decision, a sound decision, that you really don't need to be making. Especially if you got the significant other actually trying to change and trying to do better and trying to make it work. But your friends and your family telling you, oh, leave it alone, go live your life, do you, be better. When you was down and out, your significant other was there for you. You ate at that table with your significant other. Your significant other never was disloyal to you. You can't sit there and just say, oh, I'm up now. I'm good now. I don't need you. That ain't the way you're supposed to be in a marriage or a relationship. That's not the way you're supposed to be at all. That's not right. It's not. You can't sit there and just because you got a little bit of money now, because you feel like you in a happy place, that you can just leave your significant other and say, forget it. For one thing about a marriage, and I'm going to speak specifically on marriages. One thing about a marriage is not just paperwork, man. It's not just a wedding. It's exactly what it is, a marriage, a unionship, a partnership, it's really a business. Really and truly. It ain't something that can just be thrown away. Yeah, it's easy to sign the paper, put the paperwork in for a divorce, this, that, and the third. But little do y'all realize, it's not going to be so easy when that karma come back on you and bite you. It's not going to be so easy when that karma come back and hit you with reality, like, oh, you did this person like this. You think you had it back then. You think you was blessed and you was up back then. Now I'm going to take you for everything you got, because the one person who gave you everything they had, who gave you their all, their loyalty, their trust, their love, their care, their respect, you took that for granted. What make you think you deserve to be blessed when you cause nothing but hell and torture on the other person when y'all went through y'all hard times? You can't do that. You can't be that way. And you can't get mad. And don't get mad when you realize it and then try to run back and that person looking at you like, why are you in my face? Why are you talking to me? It ain't the fact that I don't want to talk to you, but when I tried, you didn't want to hear me. You pushed me away. You completely pushed me away. And I know I said this in my last video, but it's a lot of things that got to be repeated. Because sometimes you don't hear it the first time. Sometimes you don't comprehend it the first time. Sometimes it go in one out the other the first time, but that next time you hear it in a different aspect, it's like, oh, well, dang, am I doing that? Well, dang, this why this went that way? One thing about it, when it comes to marriages, but keep that between you and your significant other, man. And you gonna make that mistake. You are definitely going to make that mistake. But in today's generation, we so stuck over social media and friends and family instead of working things out and communicating and fixing a problem within our significant other, within our grasp that we already own. Not saying you own your significant other. Let me explain what I'm saying. You got this grass right here. Yeah, this grass green, got a little roots, got a little weeds or whatever. But all you got to do, grab that lawnmower, grab that weed whacker, cut it down. Make that grass green. Make it smooth. But in today's generation, we see that. And we look at another lawn that's just cut perfectly fine when we first see it. Oh, hey, let me go on this side. You stay over here. You keep this over here. But when I tell you that grass ain't green on the other side, you give it 2-3 days, that grass turning brown. You got the weeds. You got everything that's just in that grass, that's underneath that grass. You thinking the grass green on the other side because they don't put on the front, they don't put on the show, and they don't basically layered the perfect grass over the more destroyed grass. But this grass over here just green altogether. It's just got a little weeds in it. It's just got a little extra grass growing, and it's little, and you can just easily cut it down. And under that, it's nothing but green grass. You catch my drift, you know what I mean. And necessarily when you jump to the other grass, that don't mean you got to jump into somebody else's life. It happens like that most of the time. But sometimes you can think that grass being on the other side just being to yourself, being single, trying to be independent. At the end of the day, men and women, we depend on the opposite sex for a reason. We were put on this earth to depend on the opposite sex at some point, at some aspect, for some aspects in our lives. Yes, true indeed, we should always be independent for ourselves, 100%. But at the end of the day, you would never be truly independent. You would never be truly independent if you believe in love, you believe in marriage, you believe in the man upstairs, no matter what your religion is. Because I'm pretty sure all religions speak on marriages. You will never be completely independent. You're going to depend on that opposite sex for some aspects in your life. And me saying that, don't get it twisted. Don't sit there and judge because it was there and then it didn't slip away completely, but it kind of slowed down of the person you depended on, and they're not doing those things how they used to do. You never know what that person's going through. If you would communicate, you would know. And if you was a real woman or a real man, baby, I got you. Let me uplift you. Come on. Baby, let me help you get through this hard time. I'm going to make sure that you had that drive and that motivation to get through it yourself, but understand you got the love and the support from your wife, from your husband to get you through this hard time. So when you do get up, we good. Y'all both got to get to a point where y'all both good at the same time. Because starting out in marriages, between, like I was told from my peoples, like not just my parents, but older couples, older marriages. Them first 5-6 years, y'all ain't gonna be good together. Somebody gonna be down, somebody gonna be up. It's gonna flip flop. Then it may get there almost, then go right back down, right back up, right back down, right back up. It's going to happen. It's life. Certain things happen in life for a reason. You got to be strong enough. You got to be mentally, physically, emotionally strong enough to realize and understand through that hard time with your significant other, you need to be there. Especially if the significant other was there for you when you was down and out, when you didn't have no hope, when you didn't have no motivation. You'll get a credit to your friends and your family, but you won't even understand and realize the real reason why you got up and that real motivation, that real support is from your significant other. But just because y'all going through a bad time, you ain't looking at it like that. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish in a relationship, in a marriage, man. Don't do that. That's going to ruin it just like that. Worrying about self. In a marriage, there's no I. It's us. There's us in a marriage, a team in a marriage, a unionship in a marriage. Me and you and I. There's no, oh, it's just me. Oh, it's just I. No, it's you and I. It's me and you. Understand, we got to be like this. We got to be down like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Old school saying. If you know, you know. That bond got to be strong, man. And just because you go through that rough patch don't mean your bond ain't strong. That don't mean that at all. But stop listening to y'all friends and family. And stop letting social media fool y'all. Stop letting social media hype y'all heads up the well. Oh, yeah, you can do this by yourself. You can be independent. You can do this and do that. Because the post that y'all really should be seeing and realizing and understanding, y'all will skip past it. Because you don't want to realize and understand that that's the right post instead of the wrong post that you sharing talking about me, myself, and I being selfish. What you being selfish for? Honestly. If anything, you should be selfish to your friends and your family. That's really who you should be selfish to. Not to your husband or your wife. You don't be selfish to your husband or your wife. You don't. And the thing is, it's so sad because you look at a lot of older couples from the older generations. They'll tell you, man, it wasn't easy getting here. It was not easy getting here. But we got here through hard work, love, and loyalty. We got here through those times. We showed each other that we was more loyal to each other than anybody else in this world. Besides the man upstairs, we always loyal to the man upstairs first. But after that man upstairs, come my significant other. I'm going to always have your back. I'm going to always be down for you. I'm going to always ride for you. I'm going to always be loyal to you and for you and about you. I'm always going to have your back 100%, 300. I'm always going to have your back. Your friends and your family, who you think got your back, who you think support you, who you think motivating you, them ain't the ones. Them ain't the ones that you real deal should sit there and put your love and your loyalty over your significant other. Them ain't it. Your family. No. Your significant other comes before your family, your friends, anything else in this world. Anything else. Understand and realize that. And that's the problem with a lot of relationships these days. They're not willing to put in the work for it. They're not willing to put in that effort. Why? Because when times get hard, they so quick to run, hide, and quit. Because that's what our generation has seen. And that's what our generation is used to. But it's not the fact that what we seen from the older generations. No. It's the fact of what they seen through our generation. Or if she can do it, and I can do it too. Or if he can do it, and I can do it too. Her life ain't your life, and his life ain't my life. Nah. Not at all. I got my own life. I got my own morals. I got my own values. Yes, some morals and values may be installed from my parents, from my grandparents, from my family members. True indeed. But at the end of the day, I still hold my own morals and values within my own life. Can't nobody else live my life but me. I can't live my life like the next man. I got to live my life like I got to live my own life. I got to be successful how only I can be successful. Not trying to go off somebody else's success. No. No. My success don't come off of the next man's. It'll never be that way. I'm my own person. I'm my own man. I got to live my own life. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I ain't gonna lie though, this new YoungBoy album, yeah, that thing that's sliding. That one thing I can't say, that thing that's sliding, but I had to listen to it last night. I was listening. Ooh, hold on now, boy, you speaking. But yeah, man, like I said, man, I'm gonna need y'all to understand and realize, man, a lot of these social media posts, man, stop relying on social media looking for I post, looking for a me post, being selfish. Don't do that. Ain't no need to do that. Ain't no need to be that way. Especially when you got somebody in your corner who's showing you. You may not want to realize because you still hurt, you still upset, you still mad. Cool. We human. You got emotion. But there's no need to fake the funk and flex and lie to friends and let friends tell you how to be and who to be and what to be. Doing extra things. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. And another thing I put up too, this is definitely another thing I'm going to speak on. An eye for an eye. Man said there's no need to be in a eye for an eye standpoint. Turn the other cheek. And that doesn't necessarily mean leave when he says turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek can simply mean you don't got to do the same thing they did. You can hurt, you can take your time, but understand and realize the type of person that you're dealing with. Especially if it's an honest person, if it's a good-hearted person that you know would never do that, would never get to that point of doing you wrong or hurting you or treating you some type of way at that moment. Now, don't get me wrong, let me say this before y'all jump ship. Putting your hands on somebody, no, it's not good. If someone cheats on you and they're just cheating on you, just to cheat on you, no, that's not good. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Now, we human, especially us young folk. We make mistakes. We make mistakes. Understand and realize, what did you do for that person to do that? What did you say or how did you act for this person to react this way? What was your cause to have this effect? What was your cause on the other individual for you to have this effect on yourself? You not giving the attention, the love, the care, the loyalty, and somebody else trying to get into that. Yeah, it's wrong. 100% wrong regardless. But at the end of the day, understand and realize you may have pushed that person to that point. You may have pushed that person to do those things. Take responsibility for your own actions. You got to. That's the only way to be. That's the only way. That's the right way. That's the only way that's right. It really is. That's it. It's as simple as that. You can't sit there and think that because they did this, it had nothing to do with you. It was all on them. Especially if you know it's a good-hearted individual. If you real deal know that person and they made a mistake, take your time. Grieve. Take your time to forgive. But understand and realize it was something I did as well. And if I see you not sitting there being like, okay, I did this, whatever, you can leave, you can go, you can stay, or you can go, I don't care. But you got somebody who really is sitting there, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I didn't mean it. Baby, it was a mistake. I wasn't in the right mindset. Just because you went through stuff in your past with certain individuals, don't mean that that person that you're married to are just like those people. Stop comparing your current, your present to your past. And that's another issue with a lot of us young folk. We done been through so much in our past that our present, we relate back to the past and think, oh, they gonna do the same thing they did. So you know what? It's best for me to just go away, go the other way. But not realizing the present is nowhere near the past. The present is nothing like your past people, your past relationships. Nothing like them. Understand and realize certain things happen for a reason. But y'all married. It's still a us thing. Still a union. It's not no wedding. It's not no paper. It is a whole marriage. Yeah, it's easy to take that divorce paperwork into the courthouse and turn it in. But do you really want that? Because you got married for a reason. You really did. And there's no need to sit there and fake the funk and lie saying that, oh, I was never happy, this, that, because you feel the way you feel now. No. Because at the end of the day, it's certain things that can be seen from the inside and the outside that's like, y'all was really happy. You could tell. It shows. It shows when y'all going through it as well, true indeed. But it also shows when y'all was at y'all happiest times. And when y'all was real deal, genuinely happy. Why not get back to that? Why not get better than that? Because you never want to get back to the point where you was happy and stay at that point. No, you always want to get better. You always want to upgrade within your relationship, within your marriage. You always want to upgrade and get to that strongest bond possible to where it ain't gonna do nothing but get stronger. And when a time presents itself to try to bring y'all down, yeah, all right, get out my face. I'm cool. Hey, look, leave it alone. We getting stronger, we getting better. It's as simple as that. Ain't no need for you to sit there and compare your past to your present. Because that's what ruins a lot of marriages as well. And when you go to the future, looking back at that one present that is now the past, that you screwed up on, and now you sitting there like, dang, I wonder how they doing. I wonder how they feel. I wonder what they got going on in their life. I wonder if they'll take me back. But it's too late, because at that present time, when you push them away and compare them to your past, that's when you lost them. When you should have actually got them back. And you should have actually, real deal, came to your senses, came to your logical mind. Instead of listening to your friends and your family, communicate with your significant other. Let it be known how you feel, and let that person explain how they feel. And y'all make that work. Because when you got up, you should have been the main one there for that person that was for your significant other when they got down. Don't sit there and leave your significant other because you got up and you thinking your friends got you up. No, when the person who got you up was your significant other. But because something has happened at that current time, you pushing them to the side and only worried about your friends and your family and being selfish and worrying about yourself. Nah, that ain't the way to be. Because when you was down, when you was out, when you was lonely, when you was unhappy, your significant other made you happy. Your significant other made you have hope in love, made you have hope in a career and motivation and support. It was your significant other. You may want to be so hard-headed to understand and realize that. It's just the truth, though. Your significant other will always be the number one support system in your life. It'll make it so bad if you leave that karma ain't gonna do nothing but bite you in the ass. And you're gonna realize at that point then, like, damn, that motherfucker really did support me. That motherfucker really did have my back. I'm sorry using this type of language, but I'm just speaking. Dang, she really had my back. Dang, he really was supportive of me. You know, and why not realize that before it's too late? Stop being hard-headed. Stop being stubborn. Stop being too prideful. Stop being vindictive. Take a step back, sit back, and realize that person really do got me. That person really is down for me. And it ain't got to be because they giving you money, they buying you things. No, it ain't got to be none of that at all. But the fact that, real deal, that person was there for you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So, like I said, my message of the day, man, start letting social media ruin y'all relationships, man. Because that's literally all it's doing. And yes, I touched on a lot of other bases, but all in all, social media, stop turning to it for advice. Stop turning to it for consideration. Stop turning to it for answers. Because your answers will never be on social media. Your answer will be in that communication between you and your significant other. Y'all be blessed.